Hi, good afternoon. My name is Mark Bagnall. I'm Senior EPOS Specialist with the Access Group. I've been installing, maintaining, supporting and selling EPOS systems for over 30 years. My main focus has been in the hospitality industry. I'm going to run through a few slides just to give you some of my sort of guidance and feedback on what you should be considering when looking for an EPOS system. And I will allow some time at the end for some questions. Those can be typed into the sidebar, and I'll do my best to answer those at the end. And I guess we should just be looking at around about 30 minutes from a time perspective. So what I would consider to be challenges that I'm often explained that the customers have when I sit in front of them or talk to them. And really, we're looking at system reliability, that your current system is unreliable, could go wrong. And clearly, if a POS terminal goes wrong, that could cost you a considerable amount of money and lost revenue. Obviously, sales data arriving late and inconsistent is a common problem that we hear. A lack of business controls, that can be down to the fact that you're relying on spreadsheets for data to get back to head office, and managers could have adapted those spreadsheets so they've all got their own versions, and really, you know, your whole business is just behind the curve on data, rekeying data, so too many touch points, managers having to do Z reports from the POS terminal, key that into a spreadsheet, email it to head office, and then somebody at head office having to rekey that data again in order to get that into your account system. And then, of course, the relationship side of things. So poor service, no one cares about us. Our current provider doesn't really keep up with modern technology, and we don't have a good relationship. So these are challenges that I do hear quite regularly when I'm talking to people. So we move on then to what I consider to be what should really be your priorities and objectives with your POS system. So cash, of course, is a major consideration factor. So ensuring that all of your cash is controlled and you have effective methods for ensuring that cash balances at close of play. Real-time data. So you don't really want to be waiting until the end of day or for data to poll overnight. We're in a modern world now where internet connections are, you know, very good. They won't always be there, but when they are, we can get absolute real-time data. Fraud prevention and shrinkage. So that covers, I guess, a couple of areas. We can be focusing on POS fraud prevention with controlling who's giving discounts, who's correcting things off the guest bill. Shrinkage in terms of stock loss, reporting wastage accurately and correctly. They're key points there. Support and consultancy. So again, I'm going to point back to the relationship with your supplier. So ensuring that you've got an excellent support desk where if a manager has a problem on a busy Saturday night or you know, a weekend, whenever it might be, that they can get that support and that you have reliable consultants that understand your business and can offer you advice and guidance. You should also be looking to clearly increase revenue by using smart features within your POS system. A major point to consider, of course, is a robust and secure infrastructure, that there isn't a single point of failure that can take your POS system offline and leave you in a position where you can't serve customers. Comprehensive reporting, ensuring that you're getting accurate data. And then again, a business partner that is there for your not only your current needs, but your future needs. None of us know where technology is going to be Next year, the year after, apps integrations like Deliveroo, Uber Eats, third-party web shopping sites, etc. So it's having a partner that can be with you for your journey as your business evolves. Then your POS solution should evolve with you. So I guess we can take all of that and boil it down really into three key focus points. So data quality is paramount within an EPOS system. System reliability, you do not want that system to go wrong. And if it does go wrong, you need to ensure that your business partner can rectify that problem quickly for you. And then a proven return of interest. So the POS system should work for you. It should be doing the smart upselling prompts and driving the growth in your business through prompting the staff to ask the right questions. So the system reliability, to give you an example of how a modern POS system might be positioned, you would have a back office solution that would be cloud-based and hosted in a secure data center using modern SQL databases. That could be accessed 24/7 from a secure URL, username and password. And that username and password would control what locations or stores that particular user has access to and what options within the software that the particular user has access to as well. So for example, the manager in Oxford Street, when they log on to the back office system, would only see their store, where somebody like an ops director or an owner of a business, when they log on, would see all locations and be able to report centrally as well as drill down locally into the data. Now, of course, the internet won't always be there at site level. So one of the things that you should be considering is your POS able to function in offline mode? So what we would look to do is to deploy the software locally onto each till via the SSD drive or the hard drive. The POS terminal would plug into a standard Cat5 or Cat6 network point and would make its direct connection to the cloud via that router at site. All the terminals would talk to each other for communication purposes, sharing tables and bill totals, and be able to link to kitchen printers, kitchen screens, and even label printers for takeaway orders. The next consideration should be how easy is it to customize the system? Quite often I go into restaurants and bars to look at what solutions they have at the moment, and the actual till system looks like it belongs to the provider of the till system, not your restaurant or your bar. So one of the key things to consider is, can you fully customize the solution? Can you put all of your backdrop images in? Can you change all the button colors, all the fonts, all the styles? So that terminal, when it's exposed to the public, can be advertising your business, rear advertising screens promoting upselling prompts and advertising future events. So really ensuring that you can get a fully customized system. I have a few examples of that. So this one is very image driven. The remit here was to make the POS terminal as intuitive and quick to use as possible. High street chain, speed of service to the customer was paramount. And with a high turnover of staff and English not always being the first language as well, using button images made it very easy and quick to train staff how to use the terminal, and therefore serving customers quickly and accurately at the same time. Another example is here, where you can see the same solution has been configured by the customer, trained and configured themselves, so that this is more of a table service type configuration, but having that flexibility to completely customize the screen and make it very intuitive for the staff is really a subject that you should be considering. Moving on, I think very strong believer that till systems, EPOS systems should be an information point. Gone are the days where you should have to go behind the bar and pull a folder down to get the preparation instructions on how to make a cocktail, or what allergens are included in a menu item. So all of that information should be coming straight to the fingertips of your staff. That could be on a tablet where you're walking up to the table, you've got that information, you can relay it to the customer. In this example, what I tend to say to people here is that, you know, you've worked out what the Cosmopolitan is going to achieve as a GP, so you want to hit your 76% GP, but if the staff member was using a double vodka instead of you know, one shot of vodka, then your GP is blown out the window. So this just really empowers the staff so they know exactly how to make those items. I mentioned about proven return of interest. So why not make the POS system work for you? And every time you press fries, for example, let's get a prompt to the staff, and we're informing the staff and telling them what they should be saying to the customer. So if we could take an extra 50 pence out of every second or third transaction by upselling, getting those impulse buys and impulse purchases, then you can really make the POS system work for you and actually pay for itself within quite a short period of time. So reporting was obviously a key point that I indicated, and data. We have options whereby live reports come straight to your mobile phone. So all modern POS systems should have the ability to send data real time. So within 20 seconds of a transaction being cashed off or stored to a table, that data is fully visible from anywhere in the world on any device. And the example I have here is, let's look at our top 3 locations, and we could just touch on that screen and start to drill into the data, and that would be completely real-time data. And this is what you should be expecting out of a modern POS system. One of the points in one of my previous slides was rekeying data. So pretty much all businesses that I speak to have and operate in a weekly format. We can often refer to these as weekly business sheets. And the data in this example here has not been rekeyed by a manager. That all of this data is automatically populated based on POS activity. That they can be customizable sheets, and this information would be backed up with week numbers, year numbers, budgets, for example, could be keyed in here. And all that data is straight at the manager's fingertips, giving them key factors such as where are we today with our wet and dry turnover, what's our VAT, what's my cash declaration, deposits, ledgers. All the information comes straight to you in the form of a business sheet. Ultimately, that week would be completed and verified by the manager at site, and then the data within this sheet could then be exported automatically with nominal codes straight into your account system. So we're completely looking to eradicate the rekeying of data and automate reports into the business. Other elements that should always be considered are sort of the ability to track weather, for example. Weather has a major impact in hospitality businesses. Modern systems can do that through postcode lookup, can pull in the weather for this week, for next week, last year's weather, and have like-for-like comparisons on sales revenue, and look at really how where they can impact your business. Again, just an example of modern reporting techniques that are encompassed within a EPOS system. So taking all of the data from a site perspective and then presenting that in an estate-wide overview. Your POS solution, your POS provider should be able to do this for you. So we'd be looking to show complete company revenue in one place, so director level, get instant information, looking at like-for-like comparison, maybe comparing to budgets, but it's ensuring that the solution has these business-based reports going on in the back office. I think a major consideration with EPOS systems is APIs and partnerships. So APIs it's a modern terminology for application program interface, and if your solution doesn't do it itself as an inbuilt feature, then it should be partnering up with a business expert that does in that area. So for example, payments, integrated credit card payments and app payments such as Apple Pay, Verifone Payment, Sense WorldPay, they should all be key parts of a POS partnership. Loyalty and engagement such as Feed It Back, Pepper, Yo-Yo, 5 Loyalty. So loyalty could be in a form of swipe card, it could be mobile app, it could be scanned, it could be swiped, it could be contactless. So it's ensuring that your POS system can accommodate all of those features. Of course, relatively new to POS interfaces is order ahead and delivery apps, such as Deliveroo, Uber Eats, Preoday. That forms a major part of turnover and business representation now. So it's ensuring that your POS system can receive those orders directly, can process the orders, and actually pass them through to kitchen screens, kitchen printers, and even label printers. So all takeaway orders could go onto an individual label, and that can be ultimately stuck onto the pizza box or the burger wrapper to help the customer identify what's actually in that item when they get it back home. Table reservation apps such as Collins and Res Diary. So it's creating that API world of connections and partnerships. Over the years, just by form of what we do at Access, clearly we provide a fantastic EPOS solution. It's a very mature, feature-rich solution. We have kitchen video management, loyalty, allergens, nutrition, multi-pricing models and promotions, and POS management. And very proud to say that over the years worked with quite a lot of the brands that you see over on the right hand side of the screen are our customers for many, many years, some of them in fact 20 years plus. And we've been proud partners for many years with these brands. So I'm open to questions. If anybody has a question, feel free to type one of those for me and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm just seeing if we have any questions come up. Yeah, so somebody's just asked me about allergens. It's quite a valid point. Allergens can be displayed direct onto the POS system. We've built a feature as Access where the product information, the allergens get recorded by the supplier themselves at product stage. Recipes are created to and assigned to a selling item on the POS terminal, and then any staff member either on a tablet or a till screen, can push a function button to show allergens, touch the menu item or the dish, and those allergens are displayed direct onto the POS. And all of those allergens and nutritional values are maintained by the suppliers themselves as they create the products in our system. Okay, so I do have a couple more questions. So we can integrate to zonal machines. Somebody's asked me about that. So hardware, I'll just talk about that for a moment. We are clearly, we can provide end-to-end solution as access. So anything from cash drawers, printers, POS terminals, all the way through to all the professional services and software solutions. However, quite often we're able to utilize customers' existing hardware, including printers, cash drawers, to make that transition a much cheaper process when moving providers. So Just Eat, somebody's asked me about Just Eat. We don't currently link to Just Eat. We were doing that through Flight as a platform, but that was put on hold when Just Eat bought FlyPay. So at the moment, we don't have a direct integration to Just Eat. Allergens, again, you don't necessarily have to have ProcureWizard, which is an access product, to have the allergens appear on the POS. We do have a simple format of allergen control, which can be actioned by from within the EPOS back office. You can tick the menu items, assign the allergens that exist within those menu items, and that can be displayed on the POS. So you don't necessarily have to have PW. Where third-party POS providers are concerned, our software, our POS software and back office will only integrate together. We don't integrate to zonal POS software, but we would be able to deploy our POS software onto zonal hardware. And property maintenance, somebody's asked me about property maintenance. We as Access do have property maintenance solution called ProNet, and I believe that there will be or is a webinar available that covers ProNet. So I don't have any other questions that have come up on my screen. So I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to listen to the webinar. And this will be available as a video to be downloaded at a later stage. So thank you very much, everybody, and I hope you have a nice weekend.